What up, YouTube? This is your narrator speaking, Seav Smith, also known as Scuba Seav to some of you who may be watching and only know me through YouTube. And let's get right into it. So, this is an awesome day, one of my favorite spots. Spoiler alert, Wahoo. A lot of Wahoo. So, now that you've been briefed, this was the first dive of the day, or the first drift of the day, I should say. And my buddy Jared actually was in the water first and immediately speared a nice Wahoo. And he was nice enough to yell over to me and say, "Yo, there's more." So I got in, I'm looking around, I don't see him. And he tells me that they kind of swam off, but they should still be in the area. So I called for my buddies to throw me a bait so that I could then throw the bait again and hopefully let it sink. And Wahoos have amazing eyesight. If the water is clear and you get that bait down 10, 15 feet, I don't care how far away they are, those things are freaking eagle vision. They can see anything. So my goal was to just get this bait down as quickly as I could, and you can see it there. And I'm waiting, and I don't see much yet. But sure enough, the boys roll through. 3 boys, to be specific. Now, the first of these 2 gentlemen that roll through were a little bit on the smaller end. And if you know me, you know I only want the big boys. So I can see this bigger one rolling in from the deep. Takes a nice look at this bait. And instead of swimming away, does the worst thing ever. Turns right back to it, gives me a perfect shot, blast that sucker. He farted everywhere, bubbles all over the place.
Halibut! Halibut!
That's a reference to the, I don't even know his name, some YouTuber guy who shot some halibut one time, and every time he would shoot a halibut, he'd come out of the water and start screaming halibut. If you haven't seen the video, you should check it out. I'm not going to go drop the link in the description or anything, but yeah, figure it out. It's a great video.
Alright, this is my first halibut. I think it's roughly 25 kg. Yo, there's more. There's more. Right under me. I think he bit my shaft. Oh, no, good today. Yeah, bro.
For those of you who remember the last Wahoo video I posted, I told you I was going to drop some knowledge or some info, some tips that have helped me spearing Wahoo in the past. And I can't guarantee that they're going to work for you, but I can tell you that they've worked for me. And, so here's some unsolicited advice on how I shoot Wahoo. This tip is let your bait sink. Let your bait sink. I know they're swimming away sometimes and you're freaking out and you're like, oh no, I got to go chase him. Don't. Stop. Take that thought, throw it in the trash can. Flush it. Never bring it up again. Wait. Sit there. Just be patient. 9 times out of 10, those fish are going to do a 180. They're going to come right back to you, and they're going to swim up to that bait. Another thing is, if the bait is fresh, they're more inclined to get closer. I am convinced that these things have a great sense of smell along with their eyesight, and they can smell a ratchet bait apart from a fresh one. So make sure, if you can, obviously, to have a fresh fish. It really doesn't matter what it is. It could be a parrotfish. It could be it could be a grouper for all I care. As long as it's fresh and as long as it sinks, they will come back and they will look at it. There was this one time where I didn't have any bait. There was no fresh fish on the boat. I didn't have one of those stupid little pipes covered in the aluminum tape that a lot of people use. But I did have a Wahoo. I had shot a Wahoo that day, and I literally cut its head off and I cut its tail off, and I was actually able to shoot 2 more Wahoo using the head as a bait and the tail as a bait. And obviously you can't just swim around with a wahoo head. It's like a pretty, cumbersome item. But if you have good friends on the boat, I luckily did that day, and I said, yo, 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 there's wahoo. Throw the wahoo head off the side of the boat. Sure enough, he threw it off the side of the boat, and these things beelined it right for, their dead homie's dome. And I was able to shoot more wahoo that day. So be resourceful and use fresh bait, and I promise you guys, you will get closer to and have better shots at more wahoo.
They got two guns. Bro, I shot the biggest one.
There's Jared right next to me with his fish, and there's really nothing better than a wahoo double. It is so much fun spearing these fish with your friends, especially when it all comes together.
Jared, look at my GoPro. Am I recording?
Yeah, you are.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, buddy.
My dog, J Money. Hey, my dog.
All right, so this next clip is really cool. So we've done a couple more drifts, we didn't see them, and as we are setting up to do another drift, I forget who it was, but somebody looked over the side of the boat and actually saw wahoo under the boat. It was flat, calm, and crystal clear. We could see him under the boat. So luckily, we're already ready. The guns are loaded. We're ready to go. And we throw some bait over the side. As you can see, all those shiny baits right there. We had the fish come right up to him, and as soon as I jumped in, pretty much, I got a shot at one and was able to shoot another nice wahoo.
Where's my buoy? Look up front, Caden. You see it? No idea? Drive me to it. It's a full-on kook show. You missed. Let's go. You guys are legends. One peeled off. They all dipped. One peeled off, was eating pilchards at the surface. I shot him on the surface. Slip tip didn't engage. It was weird. I don't know what the happened to this thing. Maybe. Yeah, just have it ready just in case.
Wahoo.
I'm lost. I don't know where y'all are at. Hey, Cody, good shit, my dude.
Yeah, about those.
That was the most legend. He's like, a little bit over there. I drop in there under the boat.
Now, please.
video.
All right, this clip right here, a few drifts later, probably my favorite Wahoo video I've ever taken in my entire life. I don't think I've actually gotten on video this many fish in one frame, but there was over 100 fish in this school, and I'll just shut up and let the video do the talking.
Chico! Kaden, go shoot another one. There's 100. There's 100. Go shoot another one.
So when I speared the fish, the bands actually got wrapped up in my float line and kind of pulled the gun away from me. As you can see it there, it just got loose from the float line and is now floating up. But on another note, which is cool, we are still swimming with this school of 100 Wahoo. I don't know if you guys can see them in the video, but I feel like I was filming for Planet Earth or Nat Geo type shit.
Who the f are these guys?
So this boat in this video, I don't know who the heck they are, but they literally saw that we were on the fish and pulled right up to our boat, pretty much. And it's one thing if you're buddies with somebody or if you're out there with another boat, kind of buddy boating kind of thing. But if you don't know the other people on the boat who are on the fish, just be respectful, guys. Don't pull right up to them and, you know, get within arm's reach of another boat. It's just, don't be that guy.
Who the f are these people?
So I think this is a few drifts later in the day, and I think this is actually the last drift of the day. We're about to head home after this, and I wish I had more like build-up footage of, you know, the fish coming in, but these things sneak up on you so quickly that as soon as I see them, I hit record, and I'm, you know, diving on them seconds later. But again, another big school, not quite as big as the last one, but maybe 20 or so fish in this school, and some big ones at that, and just an unreal day and an unreal end to the day. Another thing I want to touch on is these videos make it seem like we just go out here and the Wahoo are under the boat all day. And to have a day like this, I have to spend so many different days driving 4 hours to the Keys, driving 4 hours back to the Keys, not seeing anything, drifting all day long in the boat, being cold, not seeing anything all day. And every once in a while, and I'm talking maybe 2-3 times a year, we'll get blessed with a day like this where everything just comes together and falls, you know, in our lap like this. But by no means is this a regular occasion or something that we can plan on happening, or, you know, we have the right idea of when they're going to be there, but every time you get to think that you know these fish, they just slap you in the face and tell you to keep trying. So this is over years and years and years of drifting endlessly and gathering knowledge. and putting in the time. I mean, it is unbelievable how much of my life that I have wasted just drifting in the water, looking at nothing, waiting for these things to swim up. So I just want to put that into perspective for everybody that may think that we just do this any day we want.
Hold on, be careful with that. I don't trust you. Give me that. All right, y'all. That's a wrap for this weekend. Heading back up the Keys. Good seeing the boys. Fueling up now. It's late as crap. What is it? 11:25 on Sunday. I got roasted. Didn't wear enough sunblock. I think I lost a couple brain cells. Forgot how to put a shirt on because that's not how it's supposed to go. Either way, a good time was had. And again, if you guys are still watching this, just know I love you. And tune in again next week because what was I gonna say? Brain fart. Let's go with because it's gonna be a good one, and we're bringing another one, and we're not stopping, and we're not fancy. We don't have all the fancy stuff. I film with my iPhone. This is on selfie mode. Also, I use a GoPro. I don't have mics. I still am editing with iMovie. And I know a lot of people say that, but I actually am. I'm filming with my iPhone. Love y'all. My gas is done. $49.84. Thanks, Biden. Adios.